Okay, yeah. So I get this question all the time of like, essentially, like, how do you climb? Or I answer that question kind of by saying, like, okay, you need to start reviewing other people's VODs. I think reviewing other people's VODs are like way more important than reviewing your own. So I just kind of like want to talk through, I guess, like how I would do it. So League is like it's a combination of all these different skills, right? You could have we've talked about this on stream before, like your League rank. Actually, I think we have that League skills doc. Can I open that up? I think we can just open that up. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so just as an example, right? Like you have all these different skills in the game, right? And you don't know exactly like what your score is at each of them. And let's just say that like, Diamond player is like a 50 and a Challenger player is like a 70 or whatever. So your goal is to get as many of these skills higher as you can, right? And so there's, I guess, like two things that kind of go with this. So first off is that it doesn't really matter what you work on. Like, it's always going to be helpful, right? Like, I get the question a lot of, how do I go from gold to plat or like, diamond to master or whatever. And the reality is like, you can work on anything, right? Like, absolutely everything matters. That being said, it's easier for you to bring up like a 1 to a 2 or like a 4 to a 5 than it would be like a 9 to like a 9.5, right? Like there's definitely diminishing returns as you get higher because it's just like more difficult to improve on the things. So what I normally recommend for like actually reviewing your games is first off, or rather reviewing other people's VODs, you need to figure out like what you want to work on, right? And like I said, it can be anything. It can be something you really enjoy. Like maybe you really like laning, right? That's something I used to do is when I first like started really trying to improve, I just really liked laning. So I wanted to get better at it, right? Because it's fun. So this, like I said, can be something you enjoy, or it can be if you think you're particularly weak at something, or maybe you just like recently watched a guide on something, or maybe you went to a coaching session and someone told you you should work on this thing, right? So let's say you've chosen that it's laning, okay? So now there's like a whole bunch of different things to laning. So you might not be able to figure out like which part of laning is exactly bad, but what you want to do is you want to go watch VODs and kind of look for things to do from laning. So what you would do is like, let's say you just come here to YouTube and you type in like, let's say you main Orianna. So you type in KR Orianna Pro Replays, right? So we open this up. And then we just scroll down and we open up a few of these VODs. So maybe we open this one, like this one, and then maybe like this one or something, right? So we want to improve our laning. So what we're trying to do is at the moment, we're just going to look at it and try. We're not even looking to take something in particular, right? We're just looking at it to see like, what are they doing? Like what do they do? And so this is like the first step to improving any skill is that you just need to get something to go and like practice and work on. So let's say we watch this and you notice that they always harass when they go to CS, right? That could be one. Or maybe you notice that they, try and punish enemies' cooldowns. Or maybe you notice that they take bone plating in assassin matches, right? It can be literally anything that you take away from it. So after we have like our takeaway, right? So let's make a little list here. So first thing, find something to work on, right? Then go to YouTube and like look for the thing. Now we want to go in game and practice the thing. So you will go and queue up and you will try and practice harassing on CS, or you'll try and practice punishing cooldowns, or you'll try practice like something with wave control, right? And then after you do that, you can go to your VOD and kind of look at like, okay, like did I do it well, right? Like you can have a quick look and see, did I punish, when they went for CS, or did I punish their cooldowns properly, right? Like it's really important that when you're looking back at your VOD, you know already what you're looking for. There's no point watching your VODs all the way through, especially as a low elo player, because you don't know what you're looking for. That's very, very key. And then what's probably going to happen is you review your own VOD, just the specific section, and then what'll probably happen is you will have some questions. Like, I'll give you an example for me. So when I was trying to improve, I knew I was bad at side laning. So I wanted to improve my side laning. So I went and watched Chovy, right? Because Chovy's very good at side laning. And I noticed, like, okay, well, he just, like, pushes really far up to the turret. But when I really try and push up to the turret, I die, right? Like, I get ganked or whatever. So then you can go back to the beginning, right? You can find, okay, like now I know that I'm getting better at side laning, but now I need to figure out like how to push the side lane without dying. So you go back to YouTube and you're like, okay, I watched the mid game, and then maybe they place different wards, or maybe they only play aggro when their jungler's around, or maybe they don't push, right? Like maybe they're safer than you are, right? And then you just like rinse repeat pretty much. Like you just do this over and over until you get better at skills. So like kind of the path is you find something to work on either from YouTube or a guide, then you practice it, kind of like review it and see if you have any questions, and then you go back to the beginning.